Hello, welcome back to another deck profile. Yes, I'm doing them back to back because I don't know, I'm crazy and the lighting is very good at the moment, so I thought why not. So this is another deck from me. This is Sanzomon. You'll see why, and you'll see it's an interesting deck. It's very interesting. It plays very uniquely. It's kind of a funny story. This deck came around mostly because a Pokemon got restricted, so most of the Pokemon stuff went in this, and then over the past year or so, it's kind of morphed into a really interesting sort of ace style deck, kind of rush style ace controlled deck. It's really weird. You'll see when we get through it. So, whoop, swing that to the side. We play 4 copies of the Tusumon, BT6. When you trash a card from hand by an effect, you get to draw one. Pretty useful. You'll see why that's important in a mo. So, on to level 3s. We play now it's unlimited, the Structure Deck 16 Gabumon. Gain a memory and draw then trash is the inheritment. You're mostly playing this for the heritable effect than this effect. So 9 times out of 10, it's going there. But again, it's a good place to just play it and rush. Then I play 4 copies of the Gabumon ST6 one, which is when attacking, draw, then trash. I've never got this off twice in this deck because there's not really any way of unsuspending. But yeah, it's a great little card to have, especially the inheritable, especially when you're working with that. Then we play the last of the Gabumon, sorry, not Gabumon, we play Garurumon, the Structure Deck 16 one. You're playing it for the when Digivolving draw, then trash, and then the inheritable. You very rarely get the inheritable off, but you're mostly playing with that sort of stuff. Next, last but not least, I play 3 Wizardmon. Okay, this has been like a really hard decision on what I wanted from my last level 4s. Someone said, oh, why don't you play this so you can go into your level 5s? It's not bad. There's no inheritable or anything. But yeah. We'll see. That might change in the future. There might be some sort of generic purple and yellow support in the future. Who knows? Next, now we get on to like the main bulk of the deck, which is the level 5 engine. So we play the 4 Sagumon, which is on play, gain a security, -1 security. Then if you digicross, you may when digicross, if your opponent or tamer can't suspend during their turn. Bit of a blocker, not blocker. I'm gonna just I'm rushing for no reason. So you'll see in a minute, but all of the archetype centric cards, this isn't really an archetype, but they've all got this -1 security. That will be very important in a bit because you'll see it when it comes through. We've also got this all turn effects. You can return a yellow Digimon from underneath it to the thing. So the idea is you digicross into something, you add it to hand, it dies, you play another one, and you sort of just cycle over and over again. So we'll play. The next one is we play 4 copies of Shakamon. On play, -1 security again. So all these cards have -1 security. The level 5s all have that effect. Their digicross, so their unique effect is the for this one is 3k, and it becomes a blocker. Not a bad little 7k blocker, isn't too bad, and again has the -1 security. Thirdly, I play 4 copies of the Gokumon. This is -1 security, and this is a deletion of 6k or less. So if you can get this out early, it can slow your opponent down a little bit, but very rarely ever happens. But again, oh, and all the Digicrossing is all the other cards minus itself. So we'll take a look at Gokumon. You can put all 3 of the other ones underneath it, except Gokumon. So the idea is that they're sort of taking the lead of the thing. And then last but not least, this probably makes sense if I actually bring out the last one, Sanzumon, which is -1 security, and this is your searcher. If you Digicross, it can search all of them and plus the boss monster, which is Shakamon, which we'll get onto later. So the cool thing about Digicrossing with these guys is they've all can Digicross off each other, but they can't Digicross off themselves. I don't know many Digimon that have Digicross can do that, but again, there's so many cards in this game that I don't really know. But all the inheritable effect of this archetype is the -1 security. That will come up in a bit. I'll get onto why in a bit, but now we'll go on to sort of the attack options that I run in this deck. I run 1 Seraphimon, 1 Valkymon, and 1 Ordinimon Ace. These are just really good. I like to call them hand traps for Digimon. They're not hand traps, they're aces, but they act a little bit like hand traps. It's basically just to try and slow your opponent down. And especially with it being red and blue, you can, with purple hybrid, sort of swapping people's colours. You might get lucky. I've had that where they've swapped my colour and I've went, all right, I'm still gonna ace. Is more just to slow your opponent down so you can go into Shakamon. Yeah. Then I play 2 copies of one of the best arts. I fucking love this art for Venusmon. I really want the old art of her, but I know I'm not paying that much for them. But this will do. You know what Shakamon does, -1 security to everything. This is really funny when you get this out and something else out, and Shakamon out, which I'll show off in a minute. I don't need to explain what this Venusmon is. It's the BT10 one. You know what it does. Now, the boss monster. This is like the most important part of the deck. So this is Shakamon. I'm actually going to swap to the regular one so you can actually read it, so we can actually read it better. So, sorry about that. I ran out of memory in my camera. Sorry for this one. So, on play, when Digivolving, all your Digimon gain -1 security into the end of your opponent's turn. Really useful to have. Just stuns your opponent out, and especially if you can Digicross it with all the other things. Now, this is when it dies. It adds 2 of the archetype to your hand, but this is the more important thing. Your turn, it turns all minus security to plus. That is really important. So you know how all of these are -1 security? That's to any Digimon, including itself. So you can, if you, I've done this before, I've put all 4 underneath and attacked, giving it -4 security and attacking with plus security. It's bloody amazing and awesome. And the end of your opponent's turn, you can place 1 Digimon with security on top of your opponent's security stack. I always forget that effect. But look how gorgeous this art looks. Oh, look how cool that looks. I absolutely like this art. It's annoying I've only got one more alt to pick up. But yeah, this is such a cool archetype and such a unique effect. This is not competitive in the slightest, even though I pimped it out with some really nice old arts. It's very casual. This is very a casual deck. Yeah, we're not even done yet. So we run, I say that, and then I'm running 4 analog youth. We know what analog youth does. I don't need to explain it. The EX1, quite pricey to get nowadays. Then I run 2 memory boosts, 2 heaven judgments, and 2 wyvern breaths. Just a little bit of spice. But yeah, so that is my Shakamon deck profile. I hope you really enjoyed it. I'm ending this intro very quickly because I don't know how much room I've got. So like, comment, subscribe. I hope you really enjoyed it, and ta-ra.